I don't know if you remember the name Tuffy Klein.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, Tuffy, I
He
think
may have been
he
your
was
football
he was
coach
high school football coach when I came back from the war.
when you came back. Okay.
And I knew him before I left because he was out at OMA then.
Yes, he was.
And we used to scrimmage OMA when I was in high school. And he knew me, he knew my dad, and he was originally from Claremore. But anyway, I helped him that spring with the spring practice in football, spring of '46. And he said, why don't you go back down and play some more football? I said, Tuffy, I've been away from it 4 years. He said, well, let me call the coach down there and tell him that.
Now, this was at Tahlequah?
Yes, at Tahlequah.
Northeastern.
At Northeastern. So he called the coach, and they had a week's summer camp out on the Illinois River. Oh, in August, I think it was. So I went down for it. And another guy from Claremore had just graduated from high school. Jack Denton, I believe was his name.
Good football player.
Yes. He was quarterback, I think.
Yes.
Anyway, we went down together, and they out on the Illinois River. They just graded. They'd taken road graders and just graded off a spot. They didn't have football practice field out there.
Didn't have those artificial.
And those old flint rocks, were sticking up. And every time you got tackled, why you come up bleeding. And after about 3 days, I told Jack. I said, Jack, I think I'm going home. I said, I don't think I'm going to play more football. I've been away from it 4 years, and it's just not fun anymore. And he said, well, I'm just about ready to.
Didn't sound
So
like fun.
anyway, we hitchhiked back to Claremore. Okay. Didn't have trouble getting a ride then, but we hitchhiked back to Claremore, and that was my end of my football days. But I did when I started back down there in September. Why, I was just going back and getting my basics for 2 years, and then I was going to Columbia, to the University of Missouri, and enrolled in journalism school. Well, in the meantime, I got married, and Carolyn quit her job there at the telephone office, and we went down to Tahlequah, and our apartment at Veterans Village wasn't quite ready, so the first 2 months we lived in a one-room apartment over a grocery store downtown in Tahlequah. And then we got a nice 2-bedroom apartment at Veterans Village on campus there. Didn't have a car or anything. Didn't own one, couldn't afford one, I guess. And anyway, I went back to playing basketball and made the team down there. And we got a new coach the second year, and from OU, Tom Rousey. He'd played down there and was a heck of a player. And I'd seen him play over at Stillwater against OSU when they were before the war. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he had been a Marine in the war and everything, and he was kind of tough, and he made us work hard. He really did, and which is fine. I was kind of used to that in the Navy anyway. So anyway, after about 6 months or so, he told me, that's when he told me, he said, you ought to think about working with kids. He said, your personality, and you know everything about this game, you'd be a good coach. And so I did. And I haven't regretted it one bit.
And you say you started at Ramona?
No, I didn't start. I started at Inola.
Inola.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway.
Now, coaching what? Basketball?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Excuse me. But anyway, I finished up in 3 years. I went to summer school, and anytime they had extra credits, I got in on that, and I finished up in 3 years. I don't know why. I wish we'd have spent another year there, because those 3 years we were there were 3 of the greatest years of our life. Met a lot of new friends, guys I played ball with and everything. But I finished up in 3 years, and I don't regret that. And